To properly organize your kitchen, there's lots of different ways to do it. The best one possible is just to have a big kitchen, which I actually do here. So I don't really need organizational stuff, but I think it actually just makes it look nicer. I mean, rather than just having a whole bunch of cans and spices, you know, lined up across the shelves, it does look pretty cool to have them sort of stacked up nicely. So I've got these 3 organizational sort of things here, all in white, so it matches the kitchen and looks pretty clean overall. I'm gonna go ahead and set these 3 up, put them in their locations, show you how to put them together. I had a pretty major issue with this one, which you'll see in a minute. Let's get to it. Now we're gonna start with putting together the spice rack. So this spice rack here, I've actually already put it together because it takes a lot longer to put together because there's a few screws and those sort of things involved. So I've gone ahead and already pre-put that together, cleaned it up nicely, and as you can see, it does look really nice, white colored. And it's got this little wood piece on top that the knives go into. On the bottom here, I've got a container that's got the utensils in it. And you know, I've got some small utensils, so I just put those in like a small white mug next to it. Not the best, but not the worst. It looks pretty good. On the top here, I've got some spice jars. I mean, I don't have a lot of spice in these jars because I like to keep the spice consistently fresh. So I only buy small packets of spice, but I've put those up there. And these 2 things here are of course automatic salt and pepper grinders. These are really, really useful items. It just makes it so much nicer to use those. And at the back, also from Amazon, is this knife sharpener. Manual sharpener, but this is probably one of the best knife sharpeners you can get. I can show that in a different video if that's something people are interested in. But that is what the spice rack slash shelf unit looks like. Now we're going to start on the can holder or the can dispenser or whatever you want to call it. I've always got a few cans in the cupboard, not all the time, but sometimes there can be a few and sometimes there can be little. And they don't look the best just sort of stacked up vertically. It almost looks like a shopping center. But I don't know if this is going to look any better, but it might look a little cooler, so we're going to put this together. Let's get this opened up. Looking at this, there's like an issue. What is going on here? What? Wait, they've put the same piece on both sides. One ramp down and one ramp up. That's not going to work. How are we supposed to put one ramp down and one ramp up? Yeah, well that's okay. That's the problem sometimes with cheap things. It doesn't work the best. So it's good to have a few tools nearby. I'm going to get some pliers and just bend this back into shape. Let's do it. So I just bent the hooks out and I'm going to rotate the piece backwards so the ramp goes down on both sides. It'll make it not easier, but the way it's actually supposed to work. Now stacking the cans on, I'm seeing straight away you have to be careful in putting them next to each other because they lock into each other. And if that's going to happen, they're not going to roll out nicely. So space them out a bit as much as you can. And it does help having some smaller cans. You see I've got these Heinz cans here, they're smaller. So it makes it a little easier to sort of spread things out nicely across the board. But full-size cans work just fine. And if you had massive cans, obviously you're going to have to put those on the top. All right, let me grab one. Rolls out nicely. Does the job it needs to do. Pretty good, looks pretty decent, holds a lot of cans in a small space. Overall, a good product. Now over here, I've got a baking tray and a pot. I do have a lot more of these in the cupboard, but just to get the point across what it looks like, I've got these 2 here. And of course, to organize those, I have this tray organizer. This one is the smaller size one. I think there's still a bigger one. And of course, with Amazon, there's always lots of different brands of stuff, but I grabbed this one. Let's open it up. You can see it's got a stack of these metal wire pieces and it's got the base. The base is plastic, but it feels pretty strong. So on the base here, there's different numbered settings, which obviously tells you which is the same on both sides to hook the wire into. So I'm gonna just put these at random. These obviously can go anywhere you want them to you know, divide up the trays or pots or whatever as you want them to. So let me put all these in. That's put together. Let's put the tray. I got the pan here, got the lid, and Yeah, it's surprising. It's actually organized quite well. I mean, I didn't really know how well this particular one would work, but it looks like it does the job it needs to do. Everything holds sturdy in place, especially because of the lowered point in the center of the rack. It allows sort of things, round objects to sort of sit nicely in place. And of course, the flat-sided tray isn't going to go anywhere anyway. So overall, this is a surprisingly decent product, considering it wasn't even expensive and it's quite small as well. That's those 3 organizational devices set up. So, I've got the cans right there. I don't usually keep them there, but just for the sake of the video so you can see it better, it's gonna have to go in the cupboard. But it's good, you can see the size of it, it actually will fit. And of course the tray organizer, I've got a few more to put on there. That will also go into the cupboard. But over there I've got my spice rack. That's okay to leave on the bench. It looks nice enough. All these pieces look pretty good, all from Amazon. You can get some pretty good stuff. Be subscribed. Once we hit 500 subscribers, we're going to be doing giveaway Amazon gift cards. I don't know how many yet, but we're going to be doing, say, $50 gift cards giving away. That's at 500 subscribers. So make sure you're in it for that one, because obviously, if you're not subscribed, you're not part of that. And the best thing you can do for this video, if you want to make some more of these videos, I think giving it a like, if you like these products, is definitely going to be really helpful to me and to help the channel continue, because we want to continue doing some more Amazon reviews and maybe some other product reviews too. If there's anything on Amazon that you want me to check out, or anything really, let me know in the comments.